The world may darken the skies around you, but it cannot extinguish the light within you. That light is not borrowed from others. It is not dependent on applause or comfort or certainty. It is the eternal spark of being placed in you by the cosmos itself, untouched by time, unmoved by circumstance, unshaken by storms. Plato said the soul is like an eye when turned toward the light. It sees truth, and when turned away, it is blinded. And so the work of your life is not to find the light out there. It is to turn inward again and again until you remember that the radiance you seek already burns inside you. You are not empty. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are simply awakening. You are returning to what has always been yours, to the clarity of wisdom, the warmth of purpose, the brilliance of love that does not depend on anything outside of itself. This world will try to sell you many lights, the flickering glow of fame, the false flame of power, the glitter of temporary success. But these are candles in the wind. You must seek the fire that cannot be extinguished, the flame that does not need fuel, the divine glow of character, virtue, and truth. Aristotle believed that the highest human good is eudaimonia, the flourishing of the soul, and that flourishing is not noise, it is not fame, it is not accumulation, it is peace, it is wholeness, it is being fully alive in the present moment, guided by reason, governed by virtue, flowing with meaning. You reclaim your light, not by striving, but by remembering, not by fighting, but by aligning. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to express it, to embody it, to shine it outward, not for praise, but because the light is what you are. Heraclitus taught that the soul is a fire, and like any fire, it must be tended with stillness, with discipline, with honesty. Do not let the ashes of regret or fear bury that flame. Breathe into it. Feed it with clarity, with intention, with courage. There will be days when the darkness feels louder, when the weight of the world feels heavy upon your chest. But remember, darkness is not the enemy. It is the contrast that allows your light to be seen more clearly. It is the space in which your soul proves its glow. When Socrates walked through the streets of Athens, he did not speak with eloquence for praise. He asked questions to ignite the light in others. He believed that wisdom lived in every person like an ember waiting for breath, and that your task is to kindle it in yourself. And those you meet, you do not need to wait for a perfect time to shine. You do not need more credentials or approval or control. You need only to turn toward your truth and walk in it, step by step, word by word, breath by breath, until your life becomes a quiet illumination. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." And so often, the reclaiming of light means letting go of reputation, of expectations of pretending, and returning to the simple, honest essence of being the light within you. Is not loud. It does not scream. It does not compete. It simply is. It is the feeling of peace in silence, the sense of rightness when you act with integrity, the quiet joy of giving without needing to be seen. You will not always feel this light clearly, but it is always there, like the sun behind the clouds, like the stars hidden by the day. You do not need to create it, only uncover it, remove the false layers, shed the distractions, return to the core of your soul. And when you walk in this light, you become a mirror for others. You reflect what they have forgotten. You remind them of their own radiance, not with words, but with presence, not with doctrine, but with being. So do not wait any longer. Reclaim your light. Breathe into it. Trust it. Walk with it. Become it. And watch how the path lights up, Not because the world changed, but because you did. You are the light you've been searching for all along. There is a mountain within you, a summit shaped not of stone, but of spirit. It does not rise in the world. It rises in your will, and no wind can move it, no shadow can swallow it, no fear can climb it. But you are the only one who can ascend that sacred peak in this life. Many chase after external summits. They climb ladders of status. They scale walls of opinion. They hike trails paved with distraction and noise. But the ancients knew the highest climb is inward. The greatest victory is over. Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." And those words are not an accusation. They are a call to pause, to reflect, to question, to dig deep into the soul and find what is true, what is lasting, what is eternal. Each time you choose integrity over comfort, each time you choose discipline over indulgence, each time you rise, when the world has knocked you down, you take another step up that inner mountain, and the view becomes clearer, the air becomes purer, the silence becomes sacred. Epictetus taught that difficulties are things that show what we are. They do not make us, they reveal us. And so when life brings its storms, its setbacks, its sufferings, do not curse them, do not run from them. Face them as you would a steep cliff, with calm breath, with firm feet, with eyes on the summit. Every trial is a test, every test a teaching, and every teaching a torch to light the next step. And even when you falter, when your strength seems to fade, know that you are not falling, you are learning, you are transforming. The path is not always upward, but it is always inward. Aristotle believed that greatness lies not in moments of passion, but in habits of virtue, that to be excellent is to do the right thing again and again until it becomes who you are. And so the climb is not in great leaps, but in steady steps, forged in patience, carved by character. The mountain does not demand perfection, it demands presence. It asks, not that you reach the top quickly, but that you walk it honestly. It does not mock your stumbles, it honors your rising and rising and rising again. Heraclitus said, "Character is destiny, and your destiny is not written in the stars. It is written in your choices, in your perseverance, in the silent moments when no one sees, but you keep going." Anyway, this inner mountain does not end, it expands, and the higher you go, the more you realize there is no final peak, only deeper, knowing greater peace, fuller presence. The climb is the reward, the journey is the becoming. You will meet others on this path. Some will inspire you with their calm. Some will teach you through their pain. Some will try to turn you back, not out of cruelty, but out of fear. Walk with compassion, but do not stop. Your mountain is not theirs. Your soul has its own summit. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind." Not outside events realize this, and you will find strength, for this mountain is not conquered by changing the world, but by mastering your mind, by stilling your heart, by aligning with what is good and right and true. Every morning you awaken, you begin again, not from the bottom, but from a place of new wisdom, new breath, new light. Carry what you've learned. Step forward with grace. Let your scars be symbols, not of defeat, but of climbing. You are not behind, you are not lost, you are not failing. You are walking the hardest and holiest path. There is the journey into the core of your own being. So keep climbing, not for applause, not for a rival, not for approval, but because the mountain within you is calling, and your soul was born to rise. If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.